Yeah, don't judge me for the poop on the walls. I'm not gonna clean that every week. Today, we're gonna talk about the deep litter method, AKA nature's way of saying, hey, why don't we turn that poop into compost and stop cleaning so much? And honestly, I'm listening. Hey y'all, I'm Renee and welcome to Tater Town. What are you doing? You gonna help me? You gonna help me? Let's start with the basics. Deep litter is not simply throwing more bedding on top of a problem. It's actually a controlled composting system right inside your coop. It works because the carbon-rich bedding, things like wood shavings, straw, or hemp, it mixes with the chicken's nitrogen-rich droppings, which I'm not gonna pick up and hold for you, and microbes move in, start breaking everything down, and boom, you get warmth in the winter, less smell in the summer, and eventually some beautiful compost that your garden will write thank you letters for. The whole idea is to make taking care of your chickens easier with the added benefits that I just mentioned. But one thing that may make it difficult to switch to this method is a higher upfront cost. If you're already doing weekly cleanings, you're not using a lot of bedding all at once, so the cost is spread out over the year. With the deep litter method, you're gonna need to have at least 3 months of bedding right away, since you need to make it deep enough to start the process. But once you have that in place, you'll only need to have bedding on hand for when it's time to add another layer. Also, if you do end up having a mite or lice outbreak, you may end up having to start over. And that happened to me this summer, about 2 months after cleaning out the entire coop and starting a fresh round of bedding. My chickens got lice and scaly leg mites. So I took, you just want to get in here, don't you? So I took out all the bedding, cleaned everything up, and treated everything in the hen house, and then I had to put all new bedding in just 2 months after I did it the first time. But honestly, I still wouldn't use any other method after doing it this way for several years now. To get started, you're gonna need a dry coop. It's very important. Good ventilation, equally as important. You're also going to need a floor that your bedding can sit on. It needs to be solid, so no wire flooring. And if it's wood, you're probably gonna wanna coat it with a non-toxic sealer so it doesn't rot out as easily. Finally, you need a bedding material that counts as carbon. We're basically building a lasagna here. Not a very appetizing one, but you get my point. You're gonna wanna use straw, wood chips, pine shavings. You can even use dry leaves or hemp. Now, I prefer hemp bedding because it doesn't mold easily. It's super absorbent, more absorbent than any of those other materials, and it's less dusty. And by less dusty, I don't mean no dust. It's still dusty. It's just not as much as some of the other bedding. Step 1, in your dry coop, lay down a nice thick base. And I'm talking 4 to 6 inches. We're not skimping. So this is already what I have. I've got about 5 inches in here right now. A little more, give or take, depending on where you're at in the coop. But we want this to be, we're not gonna skimp on this. We want it cushy, we want it fluffy. We basically want your chickens to walk in and think you installed carpeting. Then you just let the chickens do what they do best, scratch and poop. So they're constantly turning this up. So the scratching and pooping, I mean, that's their entire job description. And as they stir up the bedding, it oxygenates the layers, and that keeps the composting party going. Every time the surface starts to look kind of like, well, you know, a teenager's bedroom floor, you're just gonna add more bedding. As you can see, it looks like that right now. Maintenance is the easy part, which is why I love this system. I come in here twice a week. The first thing I do is take my little barbecue grill cleaner and I scrape all their poop off, starting at the top and working my way down. Yeah, don't judge me for the poop on the walls. I'm not gonna clean that every week. Once I knock all the poop off, take my little rake. I give the top layer just a little fluff if the chickens aren't doing it themselves. Slightly move it around so I can get the wet droppings buried into the hemp. It dries it out, it absorbs the moisture. And then after I stir it up, I like to add my homemade VetRx to their roosting bars and sprinkle it onto the bedding as well. It makes everything smell really nice, and it's also a respiratory aid to your chickens. Now, if you wanna make your own homemade VetRx, I'll have an in-video link to that video at the end of this one. Now, if the coop starts smelling like the back corner of a truck stop, that's your sign to add carbon. Remember, If it smells like ammonia, you've got too much nitrogen. The solution to too much nitrogen is to add more carbon, and in this case, that's your bedding. Now here's the most important part. Humidity is the enemy. Moisture makes ammonia turn into a gas that you can smell, and the chickens definitely smell it before you do, and they have really sensitive respiratory systems. Ventilation is not optional. Hot air rises, moisture rises, so vents up high are going to be your best friend. And you want to keep those vents higher than the tops of your chickens' heads when they're roosting so that they're not going to get cold, drafty air giving them frostbite. Right now, I definitely need to add more hemp bedding, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, this is the hemp bedding I use. There's different brands out there. You don't have to use hemp. Like I said, you can use pine shavings. If you've got a lot of leaves, which a lot of people do right now, it's fall, you can put leaves in here. So when I go to top this off, since it's a fairly sizable hen house, I usually top it off with an entire bag. And I just spread it around, push it into the areas where they tend to go to the bathroom the most. Now the big question is, and a lot of people ask this, do I ever clean it out? The answer is yes, I do clean the entire hen house out. I just don't do it every weekend like I used to. Most people will clean their hen house out once or twice a year when they do the deep litter method. I do a full clean out once a year in the spring when everything's drying nicely. What comes out of the coop at this point is basically pre-compost. Let it finish breaking down for a few more months and you're gonna have garden gold. Here are the most typical things that can go wrong, so you need to be on the lookout for them. If it starts to smell, add more bedding. If things seem really wet in here, you need to either fix your ventilation, check for leaks, if you've got rain coming in from the roof, and maybe add a different carbon source like hemp or wood chips, especially if you're using something like leaves. I mean, leaves are great compost, but it doesn't really absorb a lot of moisture. If you see mold or even mushrooms growing, remove that section and make sure to adjust the humidity in your coop. That's a little bit harder to do, especially if you don't have electricity. The answer is usually add more ventilation. So that's the deep litter method. Less work for you, a healthier coop environment for the birds, and some primo compost for your garden. If you found this video helpful or even mildly entertaining, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment telling me what other chicken or homestead topics you want to talk about next. And thanks again for hanging with me here on Tater Town.
And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you can see more videos that will help you do those things you never thought you could.